I am Dr. W.B. Gundare from Kamala Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the bond parameter, and in this bond parameter we are going to discuss the bond length, bond angle, bond energy and bond order. So these are the bond parameters. So there are total 4 bond parameters, but we are discussing 3 bond parameters in today's presentation, and also we are going to discuss the what are the factors that it affect the magnitude of bond length, bond order and bond energy. And detail about this all the bond parameters we are discussing in today's presentation. So today's topic is the bond parameters, and here what are the different bond parameters that we are going to discuss. And here there are total 4 bond parameters, but here we are discussing 3 bond parameters, that is bond length, bond angle and bond energy. Bond order is also there, but these 3 we are discussing in this part. And so first part is the what is the bond length. So we can define what is the bond length. The bond length may be defined as the distance between the nuclei of the 2 bonded atoms, and bond length for a particular pair of atoms has been found to be depends on the type of bond present. The length of covalent bond is equal to the sum of the covalent radii of the 2 concerned atoms, and the value of bond distance will be constant in any molecule containing the bond. And as we know, during the formation of chemical bond, the combining atoms approach each other, and as they come closer and closer, the potential energy of the system decreasing until certain minimum distance between the 2 atoms is there. The potential energy of the system become minimum, and the attractive and repulsive forces just balance each other, and therefore we can say that this distance between the center of nuclei of the 2 bonded atoms at which the attractive and repulsive forces just balance each other and the potential energy of the system become minimum is called the bond length. So this is the bond length, and here some of the bond length are shown in the table, and it is noted that because of the constant vibration of the bonded atoms, the distance does not remain constant. Therefore, the bond length is actually the average distance between the nuclei of the bonded atoms. It is expressed either in angstrom unit or in picometer, and as we know that 1 picometer equals to 10 to the power minus 12 meter, and can be determined with the help of physical methods like X-ray diffraction, neutron diffraction and spectroscopic methods. The magnitude of bond length between the 2 atoms remain constant and is independent upon the nature of molecules. For example, CH bond distance remain to be 110 picometer, and compound such as methane, ethane, propane, the bond length of the some typical bonds are shown here in the table in the picometer. So hydrogen bond length is 74, CH bond is 110, OH 97. So different here: carbon single bond, carbon double bond, carbon triple bond length decreases. We are discussing why it is decreases also in the next part. So these are the some bond length in picometer given in this table. And here in the next slide now, the magnitude of bond length depends upon the following 3 factors are there. So the magnitude of this bond length depends on the size of atom, multiplicity of the bond, types of hybridization. So first part is the size of atom. As we know, the size of atom increases, the bond length also increases in the same order. For example, as the size of halogen atom increases, the bond length of carbon halogen bond increases. For example, here we can take carbon fluorine having the distance 142 picometer, which is less than carbon Cl 177 picometer, which is less than carbon bromine 191 picometer, and which is less than carbon iodine 213 picometer. So it is increases in the order that the size increases. And second factor is the multiplicity of the bond. Multiplicity means the whether it is single bond, double bond or triple bond. As the multiplicity of the bond between the two atoms increases, the bond length decreases. As we have seen the values of between the two atoms in case of halogen. For example, carbon-carbon bond length is 1.54 angstrom unit, while that of carbon-carbon double bond is 134 angstrom unit, and that of carbon-carbon triple bond is 1.20 angstrom unit. So as this is because as the multiplicity of the bond between the two atoms increases, the bond length decreases. So carbon-carbon single bond, carbon-carbon double bond and carbon-carbon triple bond. And third important point is types of hybridization. Since the p orbital is much bigger in size as compared to the s orbital of the same shell, therefore as we go from sp3 to sp2 and then to sp hybridization, the percentage of p character decreases from their percentage are 75 to 66.7 and from 66.7 to 50%. Therefore, size of orbital decreases in the same order. Therefore, bigger orbital forms longer bond, and hence carbon-carbon single bond length decreases in the order. Carbon-carbon single bond is there, but carbon-carbon sp3 hybridization bond length is 154 picometer is shown, and then carbon-carbon bond is there, but sp2 overlap hybridization 148 decreases. Again carbon-carbon bond, but sp type of hybridization, the bond length is 138 picometer. So this since the sidewise overlap of the p orbital forms pi bond and bring the two carbon atom closer to have optimum degree of overlap. Therefore, single bond is longer than double bond and double bond is longer than the triple bond. So as we have seen, carbon-carbon single bond have the distance 154 picometer, carbon-carbon double bond have the 134 picometer, and carbon-carbon triple bond have the value 120 picometer. So single bond is longer than double and double is longer than triple bond. So these are the three factors which affect the magnitude of bond length. So definition is important, and these factors and how the bond length of the different bonds values are there, that we have seen in this first part. Second is the bond angle. Second bond parameter is the bond angle, and in case of bond angle we can say that a polyatomic molecule contains more than one covalent bond. Each covalent bond is formed by overlap of atomic or hybrid orbital. Since atomic orbital except s orbital, hybrid orbitals are directional in nature. Therefore, covalent bond make angle between them. The angle between the any two adjacent covalent bond in the polyatomic molecule is known as bond angle. Like bond length, bond angle are measured by physical method like X-ray diffraction and spectroscopic method. And because of the constant atomic vibration, bond angle measured are average bond angles. In general, bond angle depends upon the two factors are there. Number one, types of hybridization, and number two is the number of shared and lone pair of electron around the central atom in the molecule. And the magnitude of repulsion between these electron pair decreases in the order. As we know, lone pair is shown here, that is lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair bond pair repulsion, and which is greater than bond pair repulsion. So this is the repulsive interaction between the electron pair, and therefore we can say that as the number of lone pair increases, distortion from the regular geometry also occur and bond angle decreases from their expected values. For this case we are taking one example, that is methane, ammonia, water, in which here is shown the geometry, in which the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen are the central atom and which are sp3 hybridized. Therefore, all these molecules are expected to be tetrahedral with a bond angle of 109.5 degree. But the geometry and bond angles are different as shown in the geometries. So, having the formula, all the three should have to be a carbon, here carbon, nitrogen and oxygen undergo sp3 hybridized state, but and expected the tetrahedral with a bond angle of 109 degree 28 minutes. But the bond angles are different, and in this case of methane has 4 bond pair of electron and therefore the shape is regular tetrahedral. In case of ammonia, 1 is a lone pair, 3 are the bond pairs, and shape may be considered as tetrahedral, but due to the presence of 1 lone pair, the shape is considered as a pyramidal in shape. And in case of water, having the 2 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electron, but bond angle here further decreases from 109 to 104.5 degree. It is because of the presence of 2 lone pair, and as we know, lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair bond pair, and that is why this bond come closer and bond angle decreases, and it is 104.5 degree. So it is also known, this shape is also known as V shape, or also known as the bent shape or angular shape. So in case of water, and this is pyramidal shape. So this is bent or V shape of water molecule. So this is the example that methane, ammonia and water have the 4 electron pair in all the case, but in case of ammonia there is a 1 lone pair, in case of water there are 2 lone pair, and presence of lone pair, as the lone pair increases, bond angle decreases. As we know the concept that lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair bond pair, and which is greater than bond pair. Therefore, bond angle decreases, and this is the well-known example in this case. And as we now, since lone pair bond pair repulsion is greater than bond pair repulsion, therefore the bond angle decreases from 109 degree 28 minutes in methane and to 107 degree in ammonia, and it is further decreases in the water. It is 104.5 degree. It is seen from the above this diagram that bond angle of sp3 hybridized carbon atom always be tetrahedral only when all the atoms and groups attached to it are identical. So when all the same groups are attached, same atoms are attached to the carbon, then the bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes. As in the case of methane or neopentane or carbon tetrachloride. But in all other cases, the angle deviate or change little bit from the tetrahedral values. For example, carbon and Br, CC-Br bond angle into bromopropane is 114.2 degree. Similarly, the variation are generally found from ideal values of 120 degree and 180 degree for sp2 and sp carbon atoms. For example, in ethylene, example is shown in ethylene, HCC and SCH bond angles are 121.7 and 116.6 degree. This is due to the reason that pi electron being less tightly held by the carbon atoms repel the bond pair of the CH bonds more than bond pairs of CH bond repel each other. So because of this reason, this is having 121.7 and this is having 116.6 degree. And this is the reason that pi electron is less tightly held by the carbon atoms and repel the bond pair of CH bond more than bond pair of the CH bond repel each other. And because of this, bond angles are shown here for the ethylene molecule. So this is second parameters, bond angle. And third parameter is also there, that is known as the bond energy. Very important. And as we know, covalent bond is formed, then some amount of energy is always released. So there are two types of energy. bond formation and bond dissociation energy. Whenever the bond is formed, when the covalent bond is formed, amount of energy is released, and when energy is required to break the bond. So two types of energy are there: bond formation energy and bond dissociation energy. The same the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of the bond between the two atoms is known as bond dissociation energy, and it is expressed in kilojoule per mole or kilocalorie per mole. For example, in 435 kilojoule energy is required to break 1 mole of hydrogen molecule into individual atom, and bond dissociation energy of hydrogen is 435 kilojoule per mole. So it is shown. So this is the hydrogen molecule, and after breaking we get the hydrogen atoms, and here 435 energy kilojoule per mole energy is released. So positive value is there, that is energy is required to break this bond. And bond dissociation energy is a measure of strength of the bond. Greater the bond dissociation energy, greater is the strength of the bond. So bond dissociation energy of some diatomic molecule is shown in the slide. So this is the table which shows the bond energy of some bonds, and here carbon hydrogen CH bond is 416, carbon carbon single bond 347, carbon carbon double bond 607, carbon carbon triple bond 803. So these are the different energy, and here also carbon nitrogen triple bond, here different types of bond energy of the different bonds are being shown here. So this table shows the bond dissociation energy of some diatomic molecule, and in case of polyatomic molecule, bond energy may have two different meanings, that is bond dissociation energy, which is the energy required to break 1 mole of the particular bond, and bond energy, which is average of different bond dissociation energy for all such similar bond present in the molecule. It is now it illustrates that difference between these two terms considering can be explained with, by considering the example of methane molecule. Now to remove the 4 hydrogen atom one at a time by breaking the CH bond, we will have 4 different values of bond dissociation energy in case of methane. So here is shown. If we take the example of methane, and at each time we have to break CH bond. So this is when one CH bond is break, we get CH3 and H, and for this dissociation energy 427. Another CH bond from CH3 is break, now we get CH2 and H, and 439 is the energy required. Another, now take the CH2 and another break the third CH bond, we get this type of energy, and last CH is left, and this is also energy required to break this bond is the 347 kilojoule per mole. So for 4 different body CH, but first, second, third and fourth energy required is different. So here which is shown. Now the question which arises is that why do we get 4 different values for bond dissociation energy when we are breaking CH bond in each step? So at each step we break the CH bond, but why the different energy of dissociation is there for breaking the CH bond? So this is due to the reason that bond dissociation energy not only include the energy required to break the particular bond, but also include the energy changes which accompany the process of hybridization of the carbon atom, which is different for each step. Therefore, direct conversion of methane into carbon and hydrogen atom requires 1665 kilojoule per mole of the energy, which is actually the sum of the 4 bond dissociation energy given above. So this is the total energy required, that is the 1665. And now here next here shown that here directly we can 1665, this is the methane, 1 bond breaks, and so now total process, so carbon, 1 carbon and 4 hydrogens are there, and this is 1665 kilojoule per mole energy is required to break this, and therefore we can say that the average bond dissociation energy per mole of the CH bond in methane can be calculated, and it is calculated by taking this total energy 1665 upon 4 average. So it is coming 416.25 kilojoule per mole. So the average bond energy of the CH bond in the methane is 416.25 kilojoule. So average bond energy you have to consider for CH, because 4 are different, and this is the total of the 4 breaking the CH bond energy, and this is total divided by 4, we get 400, we get the value 416.25 kilojoule per mole. So this is the average dissociation bond energy of the CH bond in the methane. And here the bond energy also depends upon some factors are there, and these factors are size of atom, multiplicity of the bonds, and types of hybridization. So first factor is the size of atom. And now in case of the size of atom, the size of atom forming the covalent bond increases, greater will be the bond length, and hence smaller will be the bond energy. For example, bond energy of the CX, X means halogen, CX bond decreases from CF to Ci as the size of halogen increases from fluorine to iodine, and therefore this size of atom is the important factor. And as the size of atom forming the covalent bond increases, greater will be the bond length, and also smaller will be the bond energy. So this is the example of CX bond, that is it decreases from CF to Ci, that is CF is greater than CCl, which is greater than CBr, which is greater than Ci. So as the size increases, the bond energy decreases. So this is the important factor. First is the size of atom. Second is the multiplicity of the bond. Now as the multiplicity of the bond increases, the bond length decreases, and hence bond energy increases. For example, carbon nitrogen triple bond having energy 866, which is greater than carbon nitrogen double bond 615, which is greater than carbon nitrogen single bond 285. So it is decreases. So as the bond multiplicity of the bond is more, bond energy is more. So multiplicity of the bond also show the effect on the bond energy. That is bond as the multiplicity of the bond increases, and hence the bond energy also increases. Types of hybridization now. Third factor is the types of hybridization, and in this case of as the percentage of S character increases from sp3 hybridization to sp2 and then sp2 to sp hybridization, the size of hybrid orbital decreases. Size of hybrid orbital decreases. Therefore, as a result of this, bond length decreases, and hence bond energy also increases. And here remember that as the percentage of S character increases from sp3 to sp2 and sp, the size of hybrid orbital decreases. As a result, bond length it decreases and bond energy increases. And example for this is we can give carbon hydrogen bond energy is of 507, which is greater than carbon hydrogen. But in case of carbon hydrogen, first example is sp, carbon is sp 507. If carbon is a CH bond but carbon is sp2 443, and carbon hydrogen bond is there CH bond but carbon is sp3 416. So as the also we can take the example. So depending upon the carbon undergo sp or sp2 or sp3. So in case of sp, more S character, therefore it is having higher bond energy. So types of hybridization also affect the value of the bond energy. Pi bond is formed by the sidewise overlap of the two p orbital, and therefore since the extent of overlap in the sidewise overlap is low, carbon-carbon pi bond is always weaker than carbon-carbon sigma bond. A carbon-carbon double bond is however stronger than the carbon-carbon single bond, since it consists of strong sigma bond and a weak pi bond. In similar way, carbon-carbon triple bond is still stronger than the carbon-carbon double bond. So triple bond is stronger than double bond, and double bond is stronger than single bond. So this is the types of hybridization which are affecting the value of bond energy. So these are the three important factors, the parameters of the bond, that is bond length, bond angle, and bond energy. So today we have discussed the different bond parameters, bond length, bond angle, and bond energy. And also these bond parameters also depends upon some important factors that we have seen, the size and the after that the multiplicity of the bond, and also depend upon the hybridization. So all these factors are affecting the bond length, bond angle, and also bond energy. So all these factors we have seen with the example in today's presentation.